Hi friends, welcome to Yoga Week. Happy 2017. Glad you all joined me here on your mat. I hope you had a wonderful new year, wonderful holidays, and it's probably about time to reel it back in and get going on the new year. So let's go ahead and find a seat on the mat and go ahead and start to bring it all in. So today we're going to work just on grounding. The holidays can have us all over the place. Families can be stressful. So let's just start to come back into self, come back into center. Closing the eyes. Start to come from the head down into the body and come into your seat. So yoga asana. Asana is the postures that we do, the movement that we do. Asana actually means seat. The translation is seat or to stay. So working on staying can be hard. Staying with what is, staying with chaos going around us or holiday stress or whatever it is, the ability to stay and not run, not be distracted, all the different things that we can use to muffle the feelings that we don't want to feel. So yoga and asana is really about being able to stay with what's going on around. So let's take a little bit of time just to sit and stay right here in your body, in the body that you brought today, knowing that it's always different. It's very easy these last few weeks and the holidays, last month really, to get out of a routine practice. I know it is for me. So just coming back, kind of rededicating, doing good things for yourself. You deserve it. Let's roll the shoulder blades back. Spread the collarbones wide. We feel the lumbar spine have a natural curve in the back. And let's bring the palms down onto the knees. Now this is a gesture of grounding. It's grounding energy, the root energy. So feel the sitting bones touching the ground. Grounding down into the mat into the floor, and the floor into the earth. Maybe you can feel connected all the way through. So imagine the line of energy going from the crown all the way through the energy centers down to the root chakra at the base. And imagine that to keep going down, down, down through the earth, all the way to the center of the earth, to the core, to the fiery core of the earth. So maybe the line is red or green or blue, but coming all the way down through the sitting bones, down into the center. And from that, imagine you're pulling up energy from the core of the earth, up, 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 down into the center, the core of your body, and up through the energy center, and out through the crown of the head. And you can even imagine a flower or a lotus coming open, the top of the head, and then the energy coming out from there. Being able to share with those around. It's a nice little visualization to bring you into body. Let's take 3 rounds of breath, 3 rounds of grounding breath. So bring it in the nose and all the way down into the belly. And then release out. Open the mouth. Twice more in. And out. One more in. And out. Notice the texture of the breath, texture of the body. Maybe you're feeling a little heavier now, or a little bit more in your body. And bring the hands to heart center. If you'd like to set an intention here, maybe just an intention to get back into your groove, get back into doing what feels good into your body, or maybe rededicating your practice to yourself or to somebody else. But just knowing that you can always begin again. Just begin to breathe. You're always right where you need to be. So let's float the eyes open. Bring the palms up. And draw it down to the heart center. Inhale up. Draw down to heart center. And one more time up. Down to the center. Good. Let's take the arms in a T here. We'll inhale, bring the chest forward, spread the collarbones wide as if I was going to touch the hands behind the back. And then exhale, round the back, drop the chin. Bring the fingertips together. I'm getting a good stretch from the base of my neck all the way down my back. Inhale, open. And exhale, round. Once more, that feels really nice. Inhale, open. And exhale, round. We're going to come up to center. Let's take the right arm and we'll cross it over the body. Take the left arm and pull it in. So on an inhale, release it just a little bit so you can find some space. And then pull in. And out. Pull in. Let's take this arm out and up and place it behind the back. So you can stay right, you can take this left arm and we'll take it behind the back. So this can look just like this, or maybe you're more like this. It doesn't matter. We're not necessarily we're going this way, but we don't need to get there. But what we don't want to do is notice, so if I'm starting to need to round to do it, only go to the point where you can stay up. That's where the work will be. So I'll stay up here, and what's really nice I like to do is to bend this top arm and push the head back, so it's really opening up right here. And it's also helping to open the chest, because the tendency is to roll forward to try to connect the hands, but we're going for the stretch, not the fingers. So reaching back, leaning back, finding the lumbar curve, so finding maybe a little bit of cobra in the back even, is kind of this position. And then release. And take one hand in the fist and one hand straight, and we'll just kind of hit over and then switch and hit over. I think I've talked about this before, but when I was in China, you see people, they're doing Tai Chi and Qigong, all of these beautiful arts in the morning, and you'll see people walking around with like acupuncture needles like poking out of their head. And I saw a lot of people walking around doing this as well. And what they're doing is they're hitting all of the acupressure points in the hands, which is really nice. You just do this a couple times. So just kind of feeling the energy, that vibration coming up in the arms. Switch sides with this stretch. So let's take the left arm over the body, pull in with the right arm. And pull in. And pull in. And one more time. And then we'll lift the left arm up and back. So maybe it's more like this, and that's fine. But if you can get it a little bit behind the head, just so we can use this leverage here. And this arm behind. It'll be different on both sides, for sure. Just take several rounds of breath to open this up here. So I hope you all had a good Christmas. 7 years ago for Christmas, I got a little puppy in a Santa Claus hat. Her name's Shanti. We've been together ever since. I actually thought I was getting a banjo, and I got a Shanti dog in a Santa Claus hat. But so I've never had as good a Christmas as that Christmas, but I had a really good Christmas. Push back one more time. And I wouldn't be playing that banjo if I got it all those years ago. I'm sure it'd be sitting dusty in the corner. Sometimes we just don't know what we really want. And then release, and we'll shake out the arms again. Big, deep breaths. It was nice though. I like this. And let's move into cat-cow pose. So roll over the knees. Come to all fours. Fingers wide, always grounding the palms. And with the elbows, I tend to hyperextend, so I want to bring the eyes of the elbows in together. So if that's an issue for you, that's something you can kind of look at. So let's take some cat-cow. So cow pose, and dropping the belly, pulling the heels of the hands back towards the knees to pull my chest through, gaze up. Exhale, pushing away. So this is the same action in the spine that we did while we were seated. Cat pose. And go one more each side. Now let's just come to neutral and roll the head. We'll start to roll over. I have to think about this. Clockwise, we're going clockwise, yes. And now if you'd like to start, this is kind of like tapping the head and patting the belly, but when your head's over to the right, bring your body to the left. Then when your head goes down, bring the belly up. When it goes to the left, bring it to the right. And you can kind of start to spin here in opposite directions, and it feels really nice. If you think about it too much, then it's actually harder, so just try it. Let's go the other side. So we're going counterclockwise with the head. It's harder on this side. And let's come to child's pose. So knees together if you have any low back issues. You can also sit a bolster or a pillow in between the hips and the heels. So think about here, let's think about the breath, and imagine that the back body rises on an inhale, and the chest drops and grounds toward the mat on an exhale. So inhale, rise. Exhale, fall. You should also be able to feel the rib cage expanding between the thighs. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Let's come forward. Tuck the toes, downward dog. If downward dog is not what you feel like doing today, you can just reach your hands out and we'll take puppy pose. You can take puppy pose, chin down or neck down. But that's the same action from fingertips to hips as will be in down dog. So wherever you are, just kind of wiggle the hips back and forth. If you're in down dog, let's come to the toes and send the heels over to the right. You can get a side body stretch on the left here.
And then come to the toes and send the heels over to the left. Side body stretch on the other side. Come to center. Bend the knees. Send the hips up. Reach, reach, reach away. Push away. And then walk the feet up into a forward fold. So bend the knees really deep so that you can put your belly on the thighs. So deep forward fold. Grab the opposite elbows. Start to straighten in one leg and then the other. And then come to stillness. Lean forward a little bit. Come to the balls of your feet. So if you want to put your hands down, just so you're not, take away the fear of falling, you can do that. Or you can also take the hands behind the nape of the neck. It feels really nice. I just got a traction right there in the spine. And then drop the hands and we'll slowly come up and kind of bounce a little bit. This is my favorite. You'll probably see me do this. The Bernie bounce coming up from Weekend of Bernie's. Y'all have seen that. Roll the shoulder blades back. Head will come up. So let's find mountain pose. That's such a strong, grounding pose. Feeling the four corners of the feet. So coming to the right, swaying to the left, and back and forward. You can pick the toes up and then drop them. Pick the heels up and drop them and kind of go back and forth. Just feeling the roots. The strong base. Roll the shoulder blades back. Knit the front ribs together. Draw the tail down, keeping the lumbar curve. Bring the knees up to activate the quads. And then down at the feet, bring the inner arches up. Mountain pose. Let's inhale here. Exhale. Then inhale, we'll start to sit back and lift the arms. So chair pose. Inhale, spread the collarbones, and exhale, sit a little bit deeper. So I have the knees separate here. You can have the feet together if you'd like. The knees are, you'd like to be able to see the toes if you can. Sitting back, feeling strong, pulling up on the pelvic floor, that line of energy that we talked about in the beginning. One more inhale, it's burning. And then exhale, fold forward, a nice hamstring stretch. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring the hands to shins. Push away. Find cobra in the back. Find length. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, let's rise all the way up. And hands to heart center. Let's go ahead and sit back. Raise the arms up. So exhale, see if you can sit a little bit, and then inhale, spread the heart. Exhale, sink. And exhale, fold forward. This time, let's stay here for a moment and shake the head. Yes, no. Let's inhale, halfway, lift hands to shin or to the floor. And step back, right foot. Drop the back knee. Plant the right hand, and we'll inhale, spin the left ribs open as you're pulling back on the left hip. Reaching tall here, pushing the ground away strongly. And notice if this bottom shoulder rolls in, we want to roll it back. Plant the hand, we'll come up. Have the arms wide, create space. Again, pulling back on the left hip. Pulling up on the pelvic floor, engaging the core, lots of things. And then
plant the hands. Step back, downward dog. Feeling grounded in the hands, in the feet. Maybe pick up the toes, put them back down. Gaze up towards the front of the mat. You can step or you can bend your feet and hop towards the top. We'll inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward. Let's step back, left foot. Bring the back knee down. Plant the left hand. Open up to the right, pulling back on the right hip. And also a good thing to think about here, a good cue. Sometimes we kind of tend to come forward. Imagine that you have support behind you and you can lean back against the back wall. A lot of times that'll bring us even. And then we'll come down here, scissoring the thighs together. Think about pulling the back heel, front heel towards the back knee. Push into the front foot, stand like you're standing and come up. Inhale, heel like we did in chair pose, spread the collarbones. And then plant the hands, step back, downward dog. Let's walk the feet up about halfway up the mat, maybe a little less. Push the ground away. Take the right hand to the left ankle and pull through. Get a good twist here. Inhale, make space, and exhale, twist. One more time. And let's switch sides. Left hand towards the right thigh or ankle, pull through. Find space. Once more. Let's drop the knees. Cross the ankles. I was like, what was I going to say? And we'll sit back. Bring the feet out forward. Kind of shake the hamstrings out. Let's actually move the bum forward. We're going to roll down slowly. Take the hands behind the thighs, and I'm going to round my back. Bring the forehead to the knees. Just stay here for a moment. I'm rounding everything forward. Everything that you're not supposed to do. The really bad posture, roll it all into center. So we're getting the stretch from below the occiput all the way down, sides of the spine. And I'm rolling down slowly. This is a really nice stretch. My arms will start to straighten. Eventually, you'll let go. And roll down onto the back. So it's kind of the same as how we rolled up. I'm just rolling down. It's the same shape. Bring the knees into the chest. Hug them in. And take the knees all the way over to the left. So think about what makes you grounded. We all have different things that kind of like make us comforted, nurtured, grounded, like re-energized. For some people it's family or yoga or maybe even a certain type of food, reading a book, being out in nature. You know, there's so many different things. Like, where do you feel connected? Like, what do you feel? What connects you? Reinvigorates you? And, you know, for a lot of people, we can get away from that very easily. And sometimes you really have to think about, like, what does ground me? Like, oh my gosh, I'm not even sure. And that's a sign you should look for something. Maybe it's, for me, I think it's a bath. It's really grounding, or definitely being outside, being in the sun. Or certain poses are so grounding, like the child's pose, anything, you know, on the ground where you can feel supported. You can really find it in a lot of different things once you start to look, but start to look for the nourishment in life, the places where you feel nourished, and come back to center. When life gets crazy, it's good to know what it is that feeds you. And my dog grounds me, for sure. So just easy twist over to the right. And rolling back to center. So you can lay out long into traditional corpse pose, Shavasana, or you can take Baddha Konasana. This is really nice. Take the palms up, roll the shoulder blades back on the back. Feel the floor, the earth supporting you. Again, if you would like to imagine that line of energy coming from the base, the root chakra, the base of the body, down into the earth. It's a wonderful visualization. Or just stay here and breathe and feel supported. I'm going to leave you all here. Please take as long as you'd like. This is a nice place and a nice time to take Shavasana. So please, if you have time, please take it. Thank you all for joining me. Cold chants. Namaste. Your knees here, and sit your hips back. We'll walk our arms out. And your hips may not come all the way down. You may be more like this, and that's fine too. So whatever feels good to you. But walk your fingertips out so we're opening up underneath this, underneath your armpit.